One of the most crucial differences between Brazil and the rest of Latin America was the presence of the Portuguese royal family in the colony. In 1807, as Napoleon's armies invaded Portugal, the Portuguese royal family, led by Prince Regent Dom João, later King João VI, fled to Brazil. They established their government in Rio de Janeiro, effectively making Brazil the administrative center of the Portuguese Empire. This move fundamentally changed Brazil's political and economic status. Unlike Spanish America, where colonial rule was managed from across the Atlantic, Brazil had a direct link to the monarchy, which helped prevent early revolutionary movements. With the royal family in Brazil, the colony enjoyed privileges that Spanish America did not. Dom João opened Brazilian ports to international trade in 1808, ending Portugal's strict mercantilist policies that had previously restricted Brazil's economic activity. He also elevated Brazil's status from a colony to a kingdom in 1815, making it equal to Portugal within the United Kingdom of Portugal, Brazil, and the Algarves. These changes contributed to a sense of national identity and economic growth that made independence more feasible without violent upheaval. Lack of revolutionary wars. Unlike in Spanish America, where independence movements were driven by revolutionary ideals, Brazil's path to independence was led by the ruling elite and monarchy. In Spanish America, revolutions were sparked by dissatisfaction with colonial rule, high taxes, and social inequalities. Independence leaders like Simon Bolivar and José de San Martin fought against Spanish forces in long, bloody conflicts that left many countries politically unstable. In contrast, Brazil's elite sought a more gradual transition that would maintain stability and protect their economic interests, particularly in agriculture and slavery. Many Brazilian landowners and merchants had benefited from the reforms under Dom João VI and saw no need for a radical break with Portugal. When João VI returned to Portugal in 1821, he left his son, Dom Pedro, as regent of Brazil. This decision allowed for a smoother transition to independence. Dom Pedro I and the peaceful break in 1822, the Portuguese Cortes Parliament sought to reassert control over Brazil by reducing its autonomy and demanding Dom Pedro return to Portugal. Instead of complying, Dom Pedro, influenced by Brazilian elites who wanted to maintain their privileges, declared Brazil's independence on September 7, 1822. In what is now known as the Grito do Ipiranga. Unlike the Spanish colonies, which had to fight for years to gain their independence, Brazil's separation from Portugal was relatively bloodless. Dom Pedro was soon crowned Emperor of Brazil, establishing a constitutional monarchy rather than a republic. This was another significant difference from Spanish America, where most independent nations adopted republican systems.